Good morning. Good morning, everybody. The only reason I'm doing this video is because for some reason my voice is shot today. And I got this weird raspy thing going on. I think it sounds kind of sexy, so I just want to record it and put it on record. But how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope, this year we're coming to the final months of the year. 2024 has been a blast. It has been something that I will never forget. And when I say a blast, I think I'm I sound like I'm happy about everything this year, because I'm not. This is the year I lost my mom, so I'm never gonna forget 2024. But it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot that challenged me, emotionally, psychologically, physically. It challenged my family as well. Not just my wife, but my kids too. Everyone in my family and extended family, friends and family, everybody was affected by what happened to my mom. There are people in this world that absolutely love her, and they miss the crap out of her, And she had a birthday this April. She would have been 71 if she was still alive. And it's just I keep blowing my own mind about it. I'm thinking like, man, 70's too young. Like, it wasn't. I'm thinking in my head, it wasn't your time, I was fine. I was literally fine before I started talking, but now I'm getting all messed up because I'm thinking about the funeral and the wake, and it's just like it's still early. I don't know if there's ever a time where you get over it. Because everybody that I've spoken to that has lost their parents, even when they knew they were going to lose their parents, even when they were of appropriate age, if there ever is an appropriate age for someone to die, but usually, let's be real, if you hear somebody dies at the age of 89, nobody really bats an eye. Nobody really goes, what a surprise. They're always thinking, yeah, that makes sense, But nowadays with the life expectancy rising, every year you hear somebody dies at 70. It's just like, that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And this year I celebrated, one of my wonderful aunt's 80th birthday. She just turned 80 this year, so it's just crazy. It's crazy. But so many good things have happened out of the passing of my mom, and it goes to show you that and again, this is me talking, and I hate to make it sound like a statement of fact, so I do apologize to those that hear me right now, but I will say this to the day I die, and it may sound irrational to some, to most, to everyone, I don't know, but in my own personal anecdotal experience, right off the bat, God is real. I know God is real. I know it. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt, zero doubt. And everything that's happened this year is just proven that. And I know some people are thinking, what are you talking about? You lost your mom. Like, how could you say that? Because according to you, then, God took your mom. And I'm like, well, maybe, yeah. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a selfishly bad thing for me because I miss her. But hey, man, if God took her, then she has received blessings beyond blessing. If she's with God, man, she knows a love that I could never give her. And she knows a love that she never experienced in this life. And trust me, she had a lot of love from her family, from her friends. She had people that showed her love. And she showed a lot of people love. But now to be enveloped in that love forever is just awesome. You know? So if that's what she is, I think it's great. So in a weird way, this is good news. But it's just, you know, I said something to myself. I said something to certain people in my life that I'm not very proud of when my mom was still alive, because it got to a point where, you know, all throughout my life I've had conversations with both my parents that were always more like lessons than conversations. You know, my parents are always trying to teach me something. And even as an adult, they're constantly trying to teach me something. It got to a point where I became a person of a certain age, and my mom became a person of a certain age, where she really couldn't teach me anything new. Or at least that's what I felt. I felt like, you know, I'm not learning anything from her anymore. Like we're not having those conversations anymore. She's not trying to, you know, educate me anymore. And even when she does, it's the same thing she said last year or the year before that, or, you know, and it got to so repetitive that I actually said to myself out loud, like my mom has nothing to teach me. And I was incredibly wrong, because now that she's passed, I'm still learning about her. I'm learning new things about myself because of it. I'm learning how to, I guess, communicate about this sort of thing to my wife, to my children. And because this happened, me and my brother, we have an increased relationship with our father, because now we see and talk to him a lot more. I'm just grateful. I just wish I know that for the last years of her life, I made sure I kept the peace with her. I wanted to keep the peace with her as best as I could, because I did so much to hurt her in the past that I never wanted to do that ever again. So I maintained the peace. I never let a conversation go without telling her that I loved her. So I'm glad I have that. But, you know, I never took care of her. I never had the opportunity or the I guess rite of passage that some children have when their parents, you know, become of a certain age, and now it's the children's turn to take care of the parents. But my parents were very different. Even my father, he's still alive, and the way he speaks is exactly how the way my mom behaved. And what I mean is this: my parents never wanted us to take care of them. I mean, yes, my mom did, you know, want my dad to take care of her. That's his responsibility, you know. And if me and Steven had to take care of her, she would have accepted that help. You know, she would have. But she really did try to keep a lot of what was going on with her away from me and Steven, so we wouldn't have to stress too much about it. And then she left, and now me and Steven don't have to worry about her health anymore. We don't have to worry about how she's doing. She's at peace now. She's no longer in pain. She's no longer suffering. She's no longer feeling anything negative. And she took that burden off of us. She deserved better. She deserved better. And I hope she has it now. I hope she's with her father. You know, I had no intention of talking about my mom this whole time. I really didn't. I just wanted to talk, use my voice. I wanted to talk about the upcoming year. I wanted to talk about work. I wanted to talk about my kids, and somehow it just all ended up being about my mother, you know. But the truth is, I'm not upset by that. I love talking about her. I just sometimes I feel like such a hypocrite and a piece of shit that now is the time that I talk about her more than I ever have, you know. It's like, why do we do this? Why do we do this as human beings? It's such a cliche, but is it a cliche if it applies to all of us? Is it the standard human, like, you know, rite of passage? We all have to go through this, which is you never appreciate what you have until it's gone. And I always thought I do appreciate her, but now I find myself missing her. Even though if she was still alive, I probably would be here in PA and she'd still be there in Puerto Rico, and you know, I talk to her like, you know, once or twice a week, or once every 2 weeks, depending on whenever she picked up the phone. Because sometimes she wouldn't pick up the phone, you know. I try to call her at least once a week, but sometimes I wouldn't talk to her for like 2 weeks because she didn't pick up the phone. So I'm like, I did my part. You know, if she's not picking up, I'm not gonna feel bad. Now I feel bad that I didn't call more. I guess that's just what we humans do, man. We just live in regret. And I feel bad because I was talking to God the other day, and this is going to sound bold, and I apologize, and I hope God forgives me because I tried to apologize to God too. I got so mad that I demanded a sign. I demanded a sign, some sort of recognition letting me know that my mom was okay. And I didn't get it. Or at least I didn't get it the way I wanted to, and I got pissed off. And then something happened. Oh man, now I'm starting to realize something happened on her birthday. I had a oh man, I'm realizing it. I had a deviated septum surgery that was scheduled for April 29th, which is my mother's birthday. And I told myself, you know, I know she's gonna be with me. I know I'm gonna be fine. That's what I kept saying to myself. And when I got to the hospital and they put me in a room and they told me to strip down, put on my little, you know, hospital bata, and they put me in a chair and they put the TV on. They said, you know, we're waiting for the doctor. For now, you can just watch some TV. Now, I'm watching TV in the hospital, right? And all I'm thinking to myself is, you know, because I'm thinking about my mom today, I'm like, I wonder if, like, they got some I Love Lucy or Golden Girls. I would love to watch I Love Lucy or Golden Girls. Particularly Golden Girls. I would really like to watch an episode of Golden Girls. Now, on a hospital television, there's got to be some reruns somewhere, and I'm there for a good maybe hour or two waiting for the doctor, and which is fine. I'm not complaining. Or maybe it was less than that, but it felt like 2 hours. And I'm sitting there in the chair and I'm scrolling the channels, and no Golden Girls, no Golden Girls, no Golden. And I kept thinking, come on, man, show me a sign. Let me know that you're here. Like, you know, I just want to watch Golden Girl. I just want to watch something that I know my mom used to love, and I absolutely love too. Like, I enjoy the show. I think it's a great show, and it was definitely something that me and my mom enjoyed together because we had incredibly different tastes in what we found funny and what we found enjoyable. But Golden Girls is one of those things that we both liked. And I was getting nothing. I was flipping channels. I was watching this. I was watching that. I was getting nothing. And finally, I stopped changing the channel. I just leave it. And when that happened, the doctor walks in and says, "Good morning. Hey, Mike, how you doing? And as soon as she came in, a commercial for the Golden Girls appeared on the TV. And I started crying in front of the doctor. And I explained to the doctor why I was crying. Telling the doctor that, I recently lost my mother and today's her birthday and she really loved Golden Girls and it came up and I just feel like she's with me. And the doctor, without skipping a beat, she was like, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, she's always with you. You're gonna be fine. This is gonna be great. Like she was so confident in the surgery. And the truth is, it's a what's the word? It's a standard deviated septum surgery that's just gonna correct my nostrils, help me breathe better. That's it. It's not life threatening or anything. I'm gonna be fine. And I was. It was everything worked out just fine. So the funny thing is, I selfishly demanded a sign, and then it happened when I didn't realize it. And I forgot about it until I thought about it just now. I remembered. I did get that sign, I guess. Anyway, I'm home now. Thank you for staying with me for the ride so I can stay awake. I hope you're all doing well. Next time I'll talk about something else. I think I may be in trouble because my mom's on my mind a lot lately, and I feel like I'm probably gonna talk about her a lot. But I'll find other things to talk about. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. God bless you guys. I love you guys, and I'll let you know what's going on at another time. But things are okay. Things are good. Things are looking up, and just moving forward. Let's see what's around the corner.